Okay, good afternoon. This is Angela with Creatively Done. This may be a very short video, just a test, because I'm going to take these little Easter eggs, it's that time of year again, and I'm going to dip them as opposed to pouring. So what I've done is I've taken a wooden egg and I inserted an eyelet hook, drilling a little hole. I'm just using a paper clip. What I'm going to do, like I said, I'm holding my camera, so this is going to be interesting to say the very least. Let me just make a little bit more room. I'm going to hold this, and what I'm going to try to do is just dip the egg in the paint and pull it up. And try not to make too much of a mess. And then set it as a mess over here. Let's see if I can do this before it gets too muddy. So I'm just slowly dipping it in a cup of paint and pulling it out slowly. I think I'm going to let it drip off a little bit more over here, because over here you'll see it's dripping on the bottom. But let's see how this works. What have I got to lose? And I have white, Laguna blue, diazinon purple, and I need to move that over a little bit more. Gold, and what other color do I have in there? Let me see. Let me cheat a little. Purple, white, Laguna blue, and as my lid falls, my backdrop. Oh, and here it goes again. Okay, let's see if I can do this without scaring myself. Okay, so you can see that the they're all covered, and covered on the side too, but let's see how this works. That's all I'm trying to do, is get it from here to my little salad container. Dip it in. Let's see how that works. Then letting it drip off. Looks like purple is going to be the main color here, but that's okay. And now if I can get my phone out of the way so I don't hit it, then hang it on my little makeshift hanger. Underneath I have a piece of wood. I really don't know how these are going to turn out, but you know, sometimes you just got to try something. This is the opposite of acrylic pouring. This is now acrylic dipping. But it's the same paints that I use for acrylic pouring. Actually, it looks super cool. It's kind of like dyeing eggs, but with paint instead of liquid and Rit dye. So far, so good. If these colors hold up, they'll be really pretty. The hardest part was getting the eggs to be... I didn't go up high enough on that one. So I'm going to wish that I had done that, because there won't be any paint at the top. So let me just cheat just a little bit. And I don't want to do that and get it all muddy. So I'm trying to see if I can get these in and out of my little holder. And you don't have to dip it in the center all the time either. Let me get it to the top. Pull it up slow. Let the paint drip off. See if I could show you the other side. Let's see what we have here. It's going to be hard to torch these, but I should, because there is silicone in this paint as well. Get it in between. Hardest thing is going to be getting it to not hit the other ones as they come up or down. A little bit of a tight squeeze. Dip it in, pull it up, and let the colors... Oh, that's a pretty one. Look how pretty that one is. So we'll take acrylic pouring to the next level and make it acrylic dipping, which will probably mortify half of my half of the people that have taught me how to do this. Whoops. It's okay. This is just an experiment. And like I said, let me set this down. I'm going to turn this a little bit so you can see the colors. But so far it isn't getting super muddy. It's still keeping the colors. And I was going to use just 2 colors, and then I have all this paint here, so I figured, well, I'll just try. So let me keep going. Dip. And a little bit more so that there's paint on the other side. Oh boy, that's definitely got some color to it, doesn't it? But you know, if you were decorating a tree, you'd want them to have similar colors and have more than one, I hope. So let me set that in here. And like I said, underneath is a piece of wood that let's not have them stick into one another. This is not doing too badly. I can always add more paint to my little cup. Or swirl it just a little bit. Oh, that looks pretty. Oop, double dip. Here's where double dipping is not a problem. Oh, that looks pretty good, actually. I wish I could show more sides, but I'm not that delicate. It's a little bit harder to hold on to them. It looks. So there again, I've got a little bit of a spot up on top that doesn't have any real paint on it, and I'm going to try not to. There we go. So come back over here, and I can move these just a little and take a little bit of a view. I don't know if you can see all that. Like I said, the hardest part sometimes is all the setup that it takes. So I can add more paint to this, or I can just keep going. Dip it in, go side, side. There comes another one that has a lot of the Laguna or turquoise kind of color. They actually don't look too bad. I'm kind of happy. So let me keep going. And what I'll do is I'll add a little bit more color on the top so I have enough up, stick it to the side. Don't want it to do that. You got a picture of my shawl here. I'm in Central Florida and you'd never know it. It's either 20 degrees. Oh boy, man overboard. How am I going to get that out of there? Holy Toledo. Okay, you can see my mistake here. Kind of dropped it. I keep dropping stuff because I'm trying to hold the camera with my hands. And see if I could fish this out of here. There we go. This is going to be an oh. There we go. Well, let's see if I can get this over to the holding pen. No, that didn't go too bad. I just separate it from the other one. They actually look kind of nice. The turquoise is a lot stronger color than I thought it would be. But see, the problem here is that normally I'd have my phone on a holder so I could actually see what I'm doing. See, ooh, that's pretty. Let's see if I can not do it. And with the silicone in it, it's actually, let's see if I can hold it up so you can see a little bit more. Let some of the excess drain off. And like I said, the paper clip is working pretty good, if I must say so. Oh, and there we go. All of them went overboard. Oh well. I got one down below. But hey, let me stop this. Okay, so I regrouped. I took the eggs off the little holder here so I wouldn't have to do that twice. They're moving around a little bit. I added a little more paint and a lot more to my hands, and we're back to dipping. So take the egg, Dip it in. One side, two sides. Hold it up. And let it drip a little bit more. And then hang it on. I think I'm going to pause again and put more purple. I'm getting down to the bottom of the paint, and as you can see on my time lapse here, I've just been dipping away, but it's getting, I want to say muddier. It's going to get more purple. So this is probably, I've got 2 to go. I'm taking it and I'm dipping it all the way in on the side, moving the cup. See if I got it all. I did not. Trying to look at through the lens of the camera here, and so these are going to look more purple at the end. But hey, that's a good color too. And I'll put this over here. Oh, got it backwards, and I'm smearing it on the side. Yep, they're going to stick to one another, but hey, if anybody else has got it, whoop, stuck it to the side. Now sticking to one another. There we go. I got one more here. Let me see if I move this paint a little bit out of the way. Stick it into the side. I'm sure you could see it. And in case you're curious as to what the little containers are that I'm using, one's from a snack pack, so I recycle everything, and the others are from unused sample or specimen jars. They seem to hold quite a bit of paint, and again I keep smearing it on the end. But this is what we have so far. We have, let's see, but don't let them stick together. They're free. Oh, that one's sticking a little bit. Oh, it's kind of magnetic almost, the paint. And I can see most of the gold went away, but I can see where they're sticking together here. So these are little wooden eggs with eyelets that I've been putting in. I'm using a paper clip just as a hanger, a temporary hanger, so they don't stick together in my salad container. I upcycle or recycle as much as I can. And same thing here. Like I could literally take the rest of this paint and pour it over top of one of these. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try like this one. It has a lot of aqua on it. I'm just going to dip it a little bit and let, oh, there we go. Let that aqua come through. But I'm really loving the purple, so I didn't like all that aqua on that one. But I'll leave some with the aqua. So this is Angela with Creatively Done, doing some wooden eggs with an eyelet at the top that I drilled a little hole, put a little paper clip on it. I don't have any more room. I've got a couple more eggs. I've got a lot more eggs to do. But this is now, I'll take my torch, and if I don't set the skewers on fire, which is possible, let me grab my torch here. And see, when you're trying stuff, see if we can pop some bubbles here. Quick torch over them. Not really expensive paint. It's all supplies that I've had. I'm trying to use things. I wish they would sell, but if not, I'm going to donate them to a local rescue and see if they can get a donation from people for a little trinket and move them apart, as long as they're not sticking. You can see them there, they're not sticking. There's some smear on the side, but that'll all dry nicely. And this paint, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour it in between and let it go on that. I've got a piece of wood underneath there. So instead of just drawing in a cup here. This would be good for doing some skims too, but I'll just do that for right now. And that's all I'm going to do today. This is my test. Just get out there, try something, and get something creatively done. Again, this is Angela. Have a good day. See you next time.